What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Snowman's Garage today. Today we're going to be doing some totally tubular stuff on the car. Thanks for everybody to being part of the Snowman Squad. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, comment. I'm just kidding. But today we're going to be putting my rear end in my car and some leaf springs, and yeah, that's the video. So I didn't make a video of me putting the rear end in the car because I had both hands occupied, so I just used a jack to jack it up, and then I just pop my leaf springs up by hand and then put the bolts in. But I realized that I had rubbers on these plates that, hold my leaf springs up there, and I forgot to get new rubbers, so I got to order some new rubbers. So that kind of throws a wrench into everything now too, but I'm just going to see if Napa has. I mean, they wouldn't have them on hand, but I could order some, so I got to do that. So when I took my leaf springs off originally, these rubbers on here that hold the leaf spring up there, and this is also my shock mount, the rubbers were totally toast. So I got some Baylor belt here from my neighbors down the road, and this is, I got to cut this to fit right in there, but my snips couldn't quite cut it, so I'm going to have to use the saw and just, it's going to smoke, but that's what I'll have to do. So I got it on there all tight now, and put my wheel back on. These old crappy wheels are off my El Camino. And my two lug nuts. Make sure you get your two lug nuts on there. That's good enough to roll it around the shop. So I think that might be it for today, but tomorrow I gotta put gear oil in it first before I move it. And then I'm gonna get it on the hoist, gonna put the shocks on, and then start with the fuel system. Never in my life I thought I'd be saying this, but that's a good looking tranny you got there, Snowman Senior. He's into trannies. I'm just kidding. Putting his new torque converter on. About ready to put the engine in his Camaro. We might get around to that this weekend. Well, all right, so we got my dad's engine mounted to his transmission here. And if you're gonna do same with Power Glide, a Turbo 350 400, you don't use this bell housing hole for your transmission because there is no hole in the engine. You only use 5 instead of 6, but we tap this, and we're gonna just use this to mount his dipstick. But as you can see, it hits the head there. So we're trying to figure out something how we can just, I don't know, if we want to cut this off and re-weld it up here and then drill it in there, or just have like a piece of something to wrap around a bolt here and just hold it in. So that's our dilemma now. We grabbed another piece of metal on there and put a hole in it, just put a little extension there to this bolt, so now his dipstick won't hit his head there. All right. Yeah, it's not bad. Well. 4? Yep, keep going. Keep going. So we got the engine out of the car again. Sorry, I was trying to set up a time lapse, but my phone updated here and I couldn't quite figure it out, and we were kind of rushing, so I just didn't record it. But this transmission dipstick is holding us up again. We gotta move it over to like right here. It's hitting the firewall, and I don't know, we're hitting on all sorts of other stuff too. You guys know the struggle, but that's the only thing still holding us up. So I think we can just move this up and get it in this hole somehow, so it's in that kind of curve on the firewall, and then that should be the only thing it should go in after that. So we were able just to stick a bolt right up in there and pull it up and just bend it a little bit. It's pretty solid. And so that should, I mean, it was here before. Now it's here. It should give us some more room. And we were kind of worried about this bolt here because it was getting close to the firewall. So we made a little bit of fabrication on the firewall there. And hopefully that's all it was. Well, I don't know how low profile of an oil pan you need. And he thought this was the right one, but it's hitting on the cross member here. And we got one motor mount in, but we can't get the other one in. So we got the wrong oil pan, evidently. Evidently there's even a skinnier one up here. But yeah, we were still off by just that much on this other motor mount. So that sucks. So I'm trying to get my seat aligned here, and it's totally off. And I need to put like two and a half inch spacers on the front, and well, you know, that side's higher than this side, and then when you go back here, it just, well, these aren't the right brackets anyway. But then I was gonna go cut my piece of metal here, and my bandsaw here, it got about this far through, and then it stopped. So I don't know, something with that pulley there is messed up. So I'm just calling it quits for today. Yeah, so we've kind of just been having a lot of problems today, but that oil pan that he has on his engine, he actually stole from me and ordered a new one. I don't know if it's coming yet, but it was a long time ago. But I think I can use that on my engine, because my cross member and stuff on this older car is a little further up, I think. I don't know. We're gonna try it. So I'm gonna start by draining the oil on this beast, and then yeah, I got my new motor mounts on there, or the ones that go on the engine, by the way. Gonna put that oil pan on there. And I changed my mind again. I'm just going to run this engine. I'm spending too much money. And I do want to race this summer. I have a lot of stuff to do, but if I put a cam and everything in it, I'm probably definitely not going to be able to race this summer. But if I don't, I will probably. And I think I'm just going to race this engine as is. It'll be about 12 seconds, whatever, for a couple of years. And then I think I want to get it rebuilt with some different pistons and heads and put a shot of nitrous on it. So all I have to do is switch this oil pan, and then I could put it in the car maybe tomorrow, because I have my motor mounts. Which, another thing is, I don't know how my motor mounts bolt up. None of the holes align, so I might just have to like weld them in place or something. I don't know, but I'm gonna start by draining the oil, switching over that oil pan. Yeah, if it works, I think well, I don't know, might put the engine in tomorrow, might not. I got the oil drain in here, and there wasn't much in there, and it looks, I don't know, it looks pretty dark. Okay, so hopefully there's nothing wrong with this engine. But yeah. So, got my oil pan off, and my diaper off, engine diaper. This is what it looks like on the inside. It looks pretty decent. I think it's dirty. I mean, that oil that was in there was just, I don't know, it's dirty. I think they ran it for a lot of miles and dropped the oil. And I mean, as you can see, there's only like a quart of oil that was in it. So I don't know. They dropped some of the oil out of it, but not all of it, I guess. But my dad's going to take a look and see, and make sure he gets the right oil pan. And then I think I can use that oil pan with my car. But I'm not going to put it on tonight. This is all the further I get. We're kind of dejected. Yeah, I don't know. That oil pan not going in that car and breaking the saw is just kind of cherry on top to a shitty week I've been having, all in all. But, you know, you just deal with it. It's whatever. But I doubt we'll be putting this engine in the car tomorrow. It won't be for, I don't know, till I can work on it again for a couple weeks. Get this oil pan on here. I'm gonna order some headers. Then I need to grab the torque converter from the guy I bought the transmission from. But I mean, he doesn't look too far away. I can just grab that. And then, yeah, that's about it. But this is all the further I'm gonna get tonight. So some other stuff came up today and I never got to work on the cars anymore this weekend. But thanks for watching this episode of Snowman's Garage. I'll catch you next time.